This is our Coach's Corner edition, and we're real excited today because we have a real special guest. We always want to talk to the top football minds here in the Coachella Valley, and today we've got one of those top minds. Because today's special guest, Palm Desert head coach, Coach Rudy Forty. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for coming in,
Yes, sir.
man.
Thank you for having me. Top football minds. I don't know about that, but
Well, hey,
I try.
there's only a handful of you guys in the valley, so
sir.
we appreciate talking to all you guys. So
You've been here, 3 years as head coach, but you've coached here a little bit longer than that. I really don't know a whole lot of you, how you got started in football. Why don't you take us
yeah,
back?
we
and
want
just
to go
tell
all
us.
the way to your roots, man.
Let's-
I know
let's
you're
take
not.
us back.
I know
We
you're
wanna
not
know
a
about you.
Coachella native, but where did your roots come
I'm
from?
originally from El Paso. I'm from Texas,
Oh, Texas.
and I was kind of socialized into it. Both my parents were educators and coaches for 40 years.
Oh, wow.
So I had no other way to go but to be a coach.
Yeah,
So I'd ride the bus many a times with my dad to games and to practices, and
I love
knew,
that.
I just knew right then at the age of 4, believe it or not, that this is what I wanted to do.
Wow,
That's
so you're a
awesome.
lifer.
I am. I am. I am a
Second
lifer.
generation.
And, I learned a lot from my father. He's probably forgotten more football than I'll ever
Mhm.
learn. But,
Okay.
him and my mom were just, they didn't push it, but it was just something I really enjoyed. And I just fell in love with it.
Wow. So not from the Coachella Valley. Where are you? You said you're from El Paso,
Yes,
Texas,
sir.
right? So
Originally from El Paso.
okay.
Went to school out there, high school. And then I ended up going out to Northern Arizona for a year.
Okay.
But I was a walk on, and then I couldn't afford it, out of state tuition.
Okay.
So I came back home to El Paso, walked on to UTEP.
Wow.
Played there for a year, and it was great. I loved it, but I just didn't want to be home. I needed to get out, so I thought, where's the furthest place I can go but still be in state? So I went to University of North Texas up in Denton.
Okay.
So I finished my playing career out there in 94, 95 for my last 2 years there.
Okay. So you had a pretty long career then, as a player, then, huh?
Yes. No NIL.
Yeah.
Right.
There
Is that-
wasn't petitioning the NCAA to get a fifth I got 5 years, but I didn't get a sixth or a seventh year. So I did my 5 years and got out.
Wow.
Learned a
No,
lot from being
yeah.
in different programs, I
Oh
bet.
yeah, I've learned a lot what to do and what not to do with some of
Mhm.
these head coaches that I played for and who I worked for too in college. I was a GA for 3 years at North Texas, and then got my first job at Morningside College in Sioux City, Iowa. But my wife didn't want to move. She said, "I can go, but I'm not leaving." So I figured what to do then. So I just went the high school route. So I got my first job in high school in 1998, and I've been doing it ever since.
1998.
It's my
Wow.
30th year of coaching.
It's
Wow.
right when I graduated.
Yeah. I mean, you are a lifelong coach, man. So any all throughout those years, can you speak to some of your mentors and some of the guys you kind of followed and learned from?
Um, my dad first and foremost, he was a defensive coordinator, and I was a defensive guy for the longest time. But I played in college, so I learned a lot from my defensive coordinator at North Texas, Bill Michael. God rest his soul, great man. He actually worked at UTEP back in the early '70s in Oklahoma with Barry Switzer. So he was nothing but a like a father figure to me. He just took me under his wing. I was a defensive end for him, believe it or not. I wasn't very big, but
Gotta be smart.
yeah, it was fun. I mean, but
Mhm.
he taught me a lot. How to run a defense, how to call a defense, and then somewhere along the way, I just made my way over to the offensive side and haven't looked back. So it's worked out because now I know both sides of the
Mhm.
ball.
Right.
It's been
It's
really good.
important when you're head coach.
Yes, it is. I mean, so when you're watching film, you're not just watching one side.
Mhm.
You have to watch them both. You got to watch special teams, and you got to be able to process it all and come up with things. And I have great coaches on my staff, so they do pretty
That
much
helps.
everything. That helps a
Yeah.
lot. So, um, but then I would also say my head coach at North Texas, Matt Simon, another old fellow El Paso gentleman who went to Burgess High School, um, and he knew my father and knew um, what I wanted to do in my life, and he gave me a lot of tips on what to do, how to do it, how to build a resume, how to just sell yourself to become a coach.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have mentors, right? You have to have people that kind of show you the way. It seems like your first mentor was your pops, which is kind of cool, man.
Yes, sir.
You're just following in the family trade at
Family
that
in the
point,
foot.
man.
Yeah, like I said, I was socialized into it. Just something that he loved to do, and I just there's those like 6 months there he wasn't around, but I understood what was going on,
Right.
and
Commitment for sure.
he was very committed to it. But he did end up leaving the profession when me and my brother got into high school, and he said he didn't want to do it anymore. He wanted to watch us, and so he was really good about that. It was nice.
So he didn't get to coach you guys though in high school.
My 8th grade year,
Oh,
I played
okay.
Pop Warner.
Yeah.
And so he was my coach 7th and 8th grade, and it was fantastic.
Awesome.
But at the same time, it was kind of tough because I got it on the field, I got it on the car ride
Yeah.
home, I got
Yeah.
it
Sometimes you just need a
at the
dad.
dinner table.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, enough being my coach, just be my dad for a little bit.
I have a son, and I have to constantly remind myself, like, I got to be a dad right now. I can't coach him up. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I forget that all the time.
yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough.
It's rough at my house during the season. We don't get along sometimes, but that's the life of the coach. But
So how did you work your way out here in California?
Well, I mean, at first I was like I said, I got into high school in '98, and I just bounced around the Metroplex area in the Dallas Fort Worth area. I mean, I did that, and then I ended up in San Antonio, Texas. My last stop here in a small 2A podunk town of Ingram, Texas. Great people. It was just a nice experience, a small town living, and I absolutely loved it. But in Texas, when your head coach and athletic director, who are the same people, get fired, everyone gets fired.
Yeah.
So they needed my position. I was a special ed teacher at the time, and
Mm.
when the new head coach wants to bring in his guys, they need the teaching position.
Wow.
So we don't have union protection.
they
There's just
took your teaching
they,
to position as well as your
they
coaching
they
position.
did.
Wow.
They did.
Wow, yeah, that wouldn't fly in
No,
California.
no, it did. So I answered a job posting. It was on Football Scoop. It's just a big old website with a bunch of college and high school jobs. And I saw Palm Desert. I looked it up. I saw near Palm Springs, and I think I got duped though. I mean, the way Coach McComb had put it down as nice resort town, this,
He
that,
didn't
and the
tell you about the
other.
summers, did he?
No,
There's a
no.
bunch of pictures of palm trees and
Oh,
pools.
it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I thought I can live there for sure.
Uh-huh.
And then we come rolling up in June of 2017. It's 122, and I'm thinking, what did I get myself
Right.
into?
Where's the indoor facilities?
Right? This ain't Texas, man. But it's hot in Texas too, right?
It's humid, yes,
yeah.
sir.
It's not cool in Texas, but I don't think you're ready for the 120
No,
degrees, man.
no. I mean, we did get 90-degree weather with 90 degrees humidity, so
Yeah,
you got to pick your poison.
Yeah.
that's
at that point.
true.
That's
That's
pretty
true.
hot,
That's
too.
pretty
But it gets a lot
nasty.
cooler in Texas much quicker. So late September, early October, you're wearing a sweatshirt or
Okay.
a light jacket.
Yeah.
I'm still wearing shorts here
I
in
know.
October.
I know.
Yeah, November is when we
Sometimes
really
winter-
change. Yeah,
Winter doesn't really come sometimes.
yeah, sometimes it's always hot.
2 seasons, hot and hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you make your way out here. What's your first impression of desert football when you get here?
It's really good football. I mean, I compare it to El Paso football. There's a lot of great teams in El Paso. There's like 32 high schools. A lot of
Wow.
great kids, a lot of great coaches. But once you start heading east on the 20 or the 10, you get to the Midlands and the South Lake Carrolls and all those bigger one-horse towns, it becomes a little different. It's a
Yeah.
lot harder. Same thing here. It's great football in the valley, but once you start heading west on the 10 to Orange
Mhm.
County,
Yeah.
it's a different animal.
Go over that hill, man. It's
Get
a
over that
little, it's a
mountain.
little different,
Yeah, on the
right?
other side of
I
that
mean,
mountain, it gets
45
tough.
minutes to Beaumont. I mean,
Yeah.
we took a thumping in our scrimmage.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
good coach over there.
Oh yeah, he's a great dude. I mean,
Yeah.
nice man.
Mhm.
Tons of coaches, tons of kids, and it just is kind of crazy. You think 45 minutes over the mountain, just past those
Yeah.
windmills, you're like, wow, it's a different
Yeah.
animal
They,
Yeah.
altogether.
they have one school for that whole area too, so it helps.
4,200 students,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, but they have a much bigger population to pull from as opposed to us fighting 15 schools fighting for
Fighting for
a small population.
the same
of-
kids, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's another podcast altogether.
Yeah.
But so you get over here, you're impressed with desert football, and then you take that offensive coordinating position, right?
Yes, sir. That was the job, and I really enjoyed it. I really did. Where I was last before I came here, I was the offensive coordinator by title. I had some play calling duties. I was the offensive line coach, but my head coach did most of the play calling.
Okay.
So when I got here, he said it was all mine. He gave me total autonomy, carte blanche, if you will, and it really worked out. We caught lightning in a bottle for 6 straight years,
Yeah, you guys are hard to beat.
and we rattled off, I think, 31 league games.
Mm-hmm.
Only lost 2 in those 6 years, and then I took over, and everything kind of stopped. It's kind of hard being the man after the man, if you will.
Yeah, it is true. But you were always during that time though. Palm Desert was known for their offense, that spread offense. You had a good defense, but you guys you had some talented offensive players.
We
during that
did.
time.
Oh, I was lucky. We had the blueprint always at Palm Desert since I've been there. Is you put your best 11 on the defensive side. That was McComb's thing, and whatever was left over, I had to make do. And
Really? So usually it's opposite of that,
no,
right?
he was defensive minded. So
Ah.
we had many
My kinda
arguments
guy.
about this kid going to be a receiver? No, he's going to be a DB. This kid's going to be an O
Uh,
lineman. No, he's going to be a defensive lineman. So, but we got lucky. We had some great running backs back in 2018 and 2019 with Jordan Garcia and Simon Gaetti, both rushing over 2,300 yards and
yeah.
30 touchdowns, leading the state of California in rushing. So we just got lightning in a bottle. It was really, really exciting and fun to be a part of that.
Yeah.
You guys made a good team.
Definitely, man. But like I said, that offense, man, I just remember those years. You guys were quick strike kind of offenses sometimes, man. You guys had some big play guys.
We did. We really had, our first 2 years of quarterback, Carter Stokes, just big old 6'4" kid, who had a rocket of an arm. So we were throwing the ball, but we still had great running backs behind him. So
Always ran the ball well.
we did.
Yeah.
It was fun
Mm-hmm.
to run the ball, and that's what I pride myself on is, the run game, being an offensive line coach.
Yeah.
And then
Most important spot, in my opinion.
it is, and it was very, very easy for me because I enjoyed what I did. I loved working with those kids, the offensive line, and then in 21 or 22, my son's senior year, I got to coach my son for
That's
4 years.
See, that's
So
awesome.
he was the center, and probably the easiest year of football in my life. I just gave him. I said, "Son, you know what to do. Go ahead and do it." And he was calling the protections. He was calling the plays. I mean, wasn't the quarterback, but he was the leader on the
facto,
field.
yeah.
He was.
Coach on the field.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's awesome.
An extension of me, so it made it really nice and easy.
He knew everything. Yeah, that's dope.
When you came over from Texas, did you bring your offense with you, or did you kind of meet with the head coach and tell you what you wanted to run, or how did that kind of come together in terms of
And
like
we
the
had
philosophy?
many Zoom calls. I guess back then, I guess it was Skype.
Yeah.
We had Skype, and we had about 3 or 4 of those. And I was on the whiteboard in front of the camera, and he was asking me questions about this, that, and the other. And it was just a combination of things that I picked up over the years of being at different high schools that, bits and pieces that I really enjoyed as far as the run game, the quick game, and the pass game. And it just kind of evolved. And over the years, I've just kind of added more and taken stuff out, So I've really kind of made it my own. But football's football, really.
Right.
I mean, you just steal from everybody, really,
Yeah.
and just call it something different. But, I learned a lot my last 4 years in Texas with Coach Kowalski as far as the quick game was concerned, just getting the ball out of the quarterback's hand, the power read that we like to run. I mean,
You guys do a great job of it. Yeah.
he was a big proponent of that, and he always said, if you have a quarterback who can run, I mean, defense has got to watch the quarterback and your running back. So that makes it a little harder for defense because they got respect both.
Especially
Right.
high school kids, easy to confuse them.
Right.
Um,
Working your way up, I always, this is a lesson I learned. As a coordinator, you're just responsible for one side of the ball, but then you get the call like, "Hey, coach, this whole thing is your show
Yes,
now."
sir.
That year you get that call. What are some of the biggest changes and differences that you observed going from that OC position to now you got to lead the whole team? I know some coaches are real great coordinators and they get up to be the head coach, and it's not as easy as they think.
More hats to put on.
More hats, yes, sir.
So what did you see in that transition?
Well, I was lucky enough to be a head coach once before back in El Paso. I did that for 7 years from 06 to 2012.
Oh, so you already.
I had some
Yeah.
experience of being a head coach. Now I worked at a small private all boys school in El Paso, but the problems are the same. There's a lot of stuff that's coming across my desk as far as parents,
Yeah.
grades, discipline.
Mhm.
There's just so much more that comes across my desk that I have to deal with on a daily basis. And now you throw in the fundraising and everything else that it entails. It was a big change. I mean,
Right.
it was never easy. It still isn't. So,
Right.
but I think I think for any head coach who wants to be, you got to hire good guys, guys that you can trust, guys who are going to be loyal. And once you walk out that door, no matter what they think of your idea, that they're going to follow it, and they're going to think it's the best idea in the world.
Right. Looking to upgrade your home? Tile Designs by Fina is your one-stop destination for beautiful flooring, hard surfaces, and countertops. From timeless design, modern styles, they've got the perfect look for every room. Stop by today and transform your space with Tile Designs by Fina. Let's design together. Tired of payroll headaches? iPay Solutions is your local payroll and HR partner right here in the Coachella Valley. From direct deposits to compliance, we handle the details so you can focus on growing your business. iPay Solutions, local, reliable, and built for your success.
Got dirty carpets, tile, or furniture? Trust the Carpet and Tile Care Company, your family run experts. We bring sparkle back to your home with top notch cleaning services, reliable, affordable, and eco friendly. Call us today. We can be reached at carpetcarrot.co. Phone number 760-773-5882.
That's the biggest thing. And I've been blessed to work with some great guys.
Yeah, chain of command is very important
Yes, sir.
in our line of work. And I always tell people the reason I'll always get a job is because I believe in the chain of command. Once I leave the staff, I'm not bad mouthing or saying we should have done this and done that. Like as an assistant, you got to know your place. And when you get that head job, you see why some of those decisions that they make. It's a lot different than being a coordinator.
Yes, sir.
It's a different totally. You got to look at the big picture.
Only one guy can drive.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
look at the big picture. I compare it in the business world of being like the CEO of the company
Yes,
and then
sir.
being like a manager of a department. Like an OC is a manager of a department, but as a CEO, you got to look at the whole company, and that's what a head coach has to do.
Yes,
So
sir.
shout out to you for making that transition, man.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
a
you.
tough transition, man. Not a
It,
lot of coaches can do it.
I mean, it's not easy. I tell you that. I mean, any head coach in the Valley will tell you
It's a big job.
It's a big job. And it starts with the administration too. I got great administration that makes my job really easy because they're very supportive. They give me everything they can.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's the guys that I work with. I'm only as good as the guys that I hire and that I work with. My defensive coordinator, my offensive coordinator. I mean, they know what I want and they do it. There's no second guessing any of those guys. I mean, I'll throw my comments in,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, it's awesome. I don't do as much coaching as I used to. That's
Yeah,
the one thing
that's-
about being a head coach. It's kind of a
it's true.
drawback. I do overpaid timekeeper, if you will.
Yeah.
Blow my
Keep it on
whistle.
schedules and right, and making sure kids got grades
Yes,
and
sir.
just
Someone's got to do it, though.
I mean, it's a big part. It's a big position, man, especially at a big public school
Yes, sir.
because you're dealing with hundreds of kids, right? At
We
this
have it's a
point.
big football class this year. I have over close to 60 freshmen. It's the biggest class I've
wow,
had since I've been here.
60.
So all the problems that come with each individual kid, each parent,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got teachers asking you to help out with discipline.
Yeah.
And then I think the biggest factor is from here to let's say Texas, is that not all the coaches work on campus. It's me and the defensive coordinator who are on campus.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone else has, if you will, 9 to 5.
Yeah,
So
I was
it's-
one of those guys. Yeah.
it-
I have a
it's
business.
hard.
Yeah. It's tough.
It's tough, and sometimes things come up where they can't make a practice.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're adjusting staffs to cover a position and whatnot. And sometimes I'll get to jump in and coach the offensive line because our offensive line coach, he's got a family, he's got another regular job, and he's working on his master's to get his teaching credentials. So things are always going to come up. So you just got to fill it when you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Defensively, is it the same stuff that McCombs was running? It looked, or
We-
is it,
we're-
are you
we're-
changing a little bit?
We're running a 4-2.
Yeah.
Some of the verbiage is the same, but if Coach Wiltrout, Aaron Wiltrout, he's been in the Valley for quite some
Mhm.
time. He's worked at Palm Desert under Coach Blackburn. Then he opened up Shadow Hills back when they first opened up,
Okay.
Awesome.
and then he made his way back over to Palm Desert, and that was a blessing in disguise for me because he great football mind.
Takes a lot off your plate. A
He
little bit.
does,
Yeah.
he does, and he has that defense rolling.
Yeah,
you know.
no, you always tough unit. DNs play really well, and it's tough to trust me. I went against it a few times. It's tough.
It's like I said, that's been always the blueprint at Palm Desert. Just make the defense as good as possible and
Yeah,
make do with what you have left over on the offense. And we got a lot on the offense that I'm pretty proud of. And we're doing a great job and we're putting points on the board.
yeah. I love those wide receiver screens this year, man. You guys, they're working nice.
They
so.
are. They're great kids. They've bought into the system. I mean, we're working out.
You're good
4 days a
blockers
week.
out there too.
We really stress that.
Yeah.
I also have another good coach. I mean, all my coaches are good, but I hired our wide receiver coach, Dylan Miller. He was the head coach.
Shout out to Dylan Miller.
Shout out to Dylan Miller. He was the head coach of Modesto High School.
Oh wow.
And he moved down the desert. He's getting married to a Black Hawk.
Uh
Uh
oh.
oh.
So I said, I won't hold that against you. I'll still bring you on.
Right.
Yeah.
You get those receivers to block, man.
Yeah.
You can put up with a lot.
Yes. So it's been great. I mean, I have a Palm Desert alum and Ryan Clark. Ryan
Awesome.
Clark, he played football at Palm Desert for Blackburn. And another one in my offensive line coach, Dustin Mueller.
Mm-hmm.
He graduated, I think, in 2010 under Blackburn. So
Mm-hmm.
we got a lot of guys who love Valley football, who love Palm Desert football, and that's
That's what you want.
and they want to be there. They want to stay there. So they're not looking to leave. At
Yeah.
least I don't think they are.
Yeah.
Hopefully, knock
No.
on wood,
Hopefully.
right?
Knock on wood, yes, sir.
Right.
Blackburn's still coming around a little bit.
I haven't seen him around
Oh
as
no.
much.
Okay.
I
I love
did
that
see
guy.
him for the. He did visit a practice for the Xavier,
Okay.
and then I think he was at. He may have been at the Xavier game. I didn't see him, but um, he usually likes to text me and ask me how things are going, and but I didn't hear much from him during that week. So I guess he was just because I know him and Dockery are still really good friends, and
Mm-hmm.
Coach Blackburn's really been good to me. When I first got the job, he took me under his arm and
Yeah.
just told me what to expect when getting out here. And
He's a good
so
guy.
he's a good dude. He
Yeah.
really
We're gonna
is.
get him in here too.
Yeah,
so,
he's coming on. Hopefully in the near future here.
yeah.
Got to get some legends on here.
Yeah. And I know they just recently named Armstrong Field.
Yeah, I was there. It was awesome, man. A lot of old alumni coming back. I saw a lot of rings in this on the alumni. It was just fun to watch. Just they dedicated. It was a long time coming. So
That's great. I mean,
Yeah.
I got to coach against Coach Armstrong in 2017. I think
oh,
was his
awesome.
last
Okay.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is last year.
2018.
Yeah, you got him right at the tail end.
Yeah, it was that triple overtime epic game. It
I
was just-
heard about that. Yeah, I wasn't there, but yeah.
It was crazy. I've never been a part of. I mean, I've been a part of some big games, but I don't know if my heart could have
Was that-
taken a fourth overtime.
Was that at home or at La Quinta?
It was at La Quinta.
Yeah.
So everyone said the flag game you got to experience one time. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see what it's about.
Yeah.
I looked it up online before I came out here, and I think it was the 2015 game at Palm Desert.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh my God, the place is packed.
Yeah.
Packed.
Yeah.
And then we go out there in 2017, and
Did you ride the bus late and get on, or were you guys still doing
no,
that?
we didn't do
I
any
know
of that.
Armstrong
but-
loved doing
but
that.
Armstrong, he did do that. I think
Warm up at the field at La
Yes.
Quinta, get on the bus, get a police escort, and just walk in and
just
start
walk
playing.
in and playing.
It's pretty.
So triple overtime. It was a great atmosphere, great football game. I don't know if I'd ever want to do it again, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Your heart might not take
No.
another one, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but it was fun to say the least.
Right.
Kids get pumped for that one, man.
Yeah.
They do. They do.
It's fun.
I always like to ask our head coaches, like, what, they always say, like, you never forget the losses. The losses are all like, the wins are cool, but you expect them, but the losses just stick with you, man. And
Yeah.
is that something that you kind of experience? It's like you just can't stop thinking about
There's
those ones that got
there's a
away.
lot of
you know?
losses throughout my career that whether it be a head coach or a coordinator that stick with you. I never like to bring them back up just
Yeah.
because it makes me mad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I love the wins, but I really don't get to enjoy them.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to get on to the next
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And it's a funny business. I mean, you lose sleep over other people's kids.
Mm-hmm.
You're relying on 16, 17, sometimes 18-year-old kids to do the right thing. And now with so much going on in social media and this,
Yeah.
that,
I
and the
know.
other, it's hard to rein them in sometimes, but you got to trust them.
Right.
Yeah.
What is your current outlook on the space, not just of Valley football, but high school football in general? I know in the last couple of years, the rules have kind of changed just with the transfer things and money starting to creep in slowly into high school. What is your overall state? What do you think the overall state of high school football is right now?
I mean, I think it's at a point where it's still pretty good. I don't think it's changed much since I played. I mean, my last year was in 1990. Of course, there was no NIL or any of that. There weren't phones. There weren't
Yeah,
social media. But I know some of the bigger schools around the state or even down south, Georgia, Alabama, where it's a religion, even in Texas. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
I've heard. Yeah.
it's do or die, and I still like it. I mean, I like it here because it's still real kind of natural,
Mm-hmm.
Community based
Yes, sir.
here. Yeah.
Whereas some of the bigger schools in Texas and even the down south, it's like I said, it's cutthroat.
Yeah.
You win or go home. I mean, sometimes you get one year and then they're not cutting it.
You gotta go.
You got to go. You got coaches uprooting their family, moving, getting a new house, and then a year later you're done. And you're like, okay, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
I always say
Yeah.
it takes 3 years. Give them 3 years.
At least 3.
Yeah.
But I've
So-
been on. I mean, I've been to many games at Odessa, and I've watched the coach get fired on the field after a game.
Wow. Right after the game?
Right after the game.
Jesus, didn't even give him time to go to the locker
That's
room.
hardcore.
Wow.
That is cutthroat.
The Friday Night Lights. I mean, Odessa Permian. It's either you're going to win or you're not going to be around long.
Wow.
There's for sale signs in the in the yards. I mean, the movie depicted it very, very realistically.
Wow.
Believe it or not. Yeah.
You think that's Hollywood, but it's not. Huh?
No.
Jeez. Man, that's the cutthroat, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad that hasn't creeped into our community
Yeah, I
yet.
don't
A
think I'd
lot of
like
a
it
lot
like
of us
that.
be unemployed right now, you know. But the transfer thing, that thing's kind of that's changed in your time, right? How where kids can kind of transfer a
Yes,
little
sir.
easier. What
I
do you
mean,
what do you make of what do you make of that?
I don't know how it works down in Orange County, but I know like the Trinity League, they're getting kids left and right,
Yeah, like
and
same year, playing the same
and
year.
nothing really seems to happen. Now this year with Bishop Montgomery, something happened. I don't know.
The
Maybe they
whole
didn't.
team got
The whole
suspended.
the whole team
Yeah,
got suspended. But here in the Coachella Valley, I mean, everyone, athletic directors and head coaches alike, take it very seriously,
yeah,
making sure that the kids actually made the full family move. That
right,
Mhm.
the electricity's turned off and been turned on at the new address. The
right.
whole 9 yards. So
Yeah,
it really is hard to get a kid to transfer unless you just have a hardship case or
right.
something like that. So, but in all the years that I've been at Palm Desert, I think we've had maybe two or three big time transfers. Really,
Okay. Well, not it's not a big
it
number of your
hasn't been a
team.
big number. We
Mhm.
had a kid from Palm Springs transfer, Eliza Sanchez. He ended up playing at the University of Idaho,
Oh, cool.
offensive lineman, a really, really big kid. We had another kid, his COVID year, moved from the Shadow Hills area to play with us. And I think that COVID year was kind of lax as far as,
Mhm.
letting kids kind of do little things just because of the situation
Right.
America was in. But yeah, it's hard to get kids into your school without going through the proper channels.
Yeah, and the
That's for the
ADs do
best.
a good job down here, kind of communicating with each
They
other.
do.
Still a small town feel. Like
Mhm.
everybody knows
Yes,
everybody in
sir.
this community. So if you haven't moved and you're trying to move schools, then somebody's going to be alerted
Yeah.
to it. So
Yeah, that's that small town is. I'm still trying to get used to it, even though I've been 9 years here. 9 years. I mean, you'll hate the guy across from you on a Friday night, but you'll see him on a Saturday together at an In and
Yeah.
Out.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I haven't learned that yet. I
It
don't get that.
yeah,
Yeah, I played against Palm Desert, a big rivalry game, but I see those guys I played against, and it's all love,
Yeah.
man, because we just remember the plays that each other made, and yeah, we wanted to win, man. But
Yes, sir.
yeah,
right.
I mean, they're all playing in the Pop Warner leagues, the FNL, the
yeah. I mean
PDLQ, and
PDLQ. I mean they're
All
on
they're
the
together,
all
same team.
together.
all
Yeah,
together.
and
In
then they split up for high school. Yeah, so
man, they're still friends, and that's great. I mean, they have that love for each other. Like I said, my son, when we moved here, we thought there were football. We thought there was football in the middle school.
Yeah,
oh
no,
okay,
So
no,
yeah,
I
no,
didn't. When I found that out, I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do? So we put him at PDLQ. He ended up being too big.
yeah. The
He
weight,
was he was
the
way
weight.
too big.
big boy.
He was a seventh grade at 160.
Yeah, not gonna make it.
He wasn't. No, he
Not
didn't.
gonna make it.
So I told the coach, I said, if I can't find a place for him to play, I'm moving back. I
Yeah,
told my wife too. I said, if he can't play seventh grade football somewhere, PDLQ can't take him, and there's nothing else. I mean, I think Shadow Hills had a midget team or something,
Yeah,
but I wasn't going to drive all the way back and
right,
forth.
right.
And then someone said DCA has a middle school football team, 8 man. I said, I'll take it.
yeah,
I'll take it. So we put him in DCA for 2 years, and he really enjoyed it. But
Yeah,
he could never really understand. Going back to our point where friends on Friday night, foes on Friday night and friends on
yeah,
Saturday. He's like, I don't get it.
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
You grow up like that though here because all the athletes know each other.
yeah,
They compete in everything. They're not always on the same team. I think we I grew up against guys and trying to kill guys from
Yeah, we played
LQ
against
and
each other.
Palm
Yeah.
Desert, and you see them at parties
You
afterwards.
do see them.
We
Yeah,
would
there's
party
been
together
fights. I
afterwards. Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
sometimes fights,
there's
and
some
then
altercations, but that was to be expected, back in those days. It's a rough and tumble
yeah,
'90s,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, I think that we just grew up like that, so we saw each other, like we saw our rival like at
I
the
mean, how many
grocery
times can
store,
you
yeah,
fight? I mean, how many
like
you're gonna see
right
each
at
other?
some point you just earn respect for each other,
yes,
like
sir.
and it's kind of a cool deal when
Yeah,
when your enemy is now your friend,
Yes, sir.
so
I mean, back in Texas, it was Hatfield and McCoy's all the time.
yeah.
uh,
You don't care.
didn't
It's
intermingle at all, huh?
not at all.
Wow.
No,
See,
no.
you guys are
It was on site.
yeah. Well, it's a little bit different in Cali, I guess. We
Yeah,
get over things quicker over here.
yeah.
We're a little bit more laid back
Yeah.
over here, but we are kind of get time here, coach. We always like to ask our coaches, what would you tell a young coach getting into the game right now? Maybe a younger coach, coordinator, or assistant position coach looking to take that next step to be the head guy. What advice would you give them?
Um, First of all, get your degree.
Hmm.
Get that degree, and because if you want to continue, if you want to move, you've got to be able to have that certificate to take you to different to a different high school.
Be on campus because
beyond
that's
campus.
almost mandatory,
Yes,
right, for a
sir.
head coach.
And I got kind of lucky. I'm certified in Texas and California. So if I wanted to go back to Texas or
Mhm.
move somewhere else in California, I got that going for me. And two, probably learn as much as you can from every position. I mean, some people like to just pigeonhole themselves and say, I'm just going to be a quarterback coach or
Mm.
just a D line coach or this, that, and the other. Nothing against that. Don't get me wrong. But the more you know, better your chances of getting a job somewhere. And then you got to take that seventh grade job or that eighth grade job. I mean, before I got here, like I said, I did everything. I mean, I coached middle school basketball, boys and girls. I
Okay.
did track. I did middle school football. You just got to do it all.
Right.
And sometimes you got to take that move and go to a small podunk town and do it. And
Yeah.
eventually you'll learn enough till you can move on. But if you're thinking you're just going to walk in and be the head coach at Mater Dei or a South Lake Carroll or an Allen, Texas, that's not the way it works. You got to put your time in.
Yeah.
You got to put your time in.
Absolutely. Gotta pay your dues, man.
Yes, sir.
You can't fake it and head coach.
Mm-mm.
Man.
No.
Yeah.
Plus, why would you want to take that job right off the bat? That's you need years of experience for those
Well, there's
jobs,
some
right?
people, I mean, some people think they know more than they do.
Yeah.
So
Well, the reality will strike real
Yeah.
quick.
Yes, sir.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming in, man. It's
Yes,
a
sir.
blessing to have you.
Thank you.
We always love to talk to the top guys in the valley here, and you're
We
definitely
appreciate
one
it.
of them.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
thanks for your time. And we'll be bringing you. Wanted to talk to you maybe after the off season. We'll get a little bit more of your knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And I'll bring some swag. I
Yeah,
guess, if
bring
you
some
want.
swag
I'll
for
put
the
it
set.
on
So
the
my
wall.
wife is happy that we have everybody represented here, and we want to represent all of the valley here. So thanks for coming in,
Yes, sir.
Coach.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
coach.
And if you guys found some value in that conversation, you guys know the deal. Like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you next time on Desert Valley Blitz.